Hello everyone, SansonDuck2, welcome to another mod overview, this time on your plane dimension. A mod that simply adds the ability for you to create a dimension. Not in terms of like via, actually creation of one with like configs and stuff, but in the way of just like you pretty much place a block down, it generates a dimension for you, and then you can just use it for building in certain ways. The mod is very much inspired by dimensional doors, which is cool. And using waypoints through a minimap is obviously recommended. GEI is also recommended. Recipes. And the works on the overworld though. Using a surface is recommended. Unexpected things can happen. We might actually try in the nether just to see. But yeah. For the most part, the mod just adds in 3 blocks and is a focus on pocket dimensions. So we'll just get a flint and steel here. And as far as I've come across with actually transporting myself, it actually transported me back to my spawn compared to where I was before. So I just placed the portal block down, and it just went, okay, sure, we'll take you to the pocket dimension. And I used the reverse one that it gives you, which it only gives you a reverse pocket block when you actually switch to the pocket dimension. You can't craft this, but you can the pocket block button, obviously. And obviously the dimension is filled with nothing blocks. So, yeah, similar to when dimensional doors, you see like a bunch of just darkness, basically. It's like sort of those, I guess. But, yeah, so we'll just go here, and just right click, and you can see we'll just sort of float in, and we're in the same spot now, and the reverse one has now been removed. But as you can see now, it's added to my stack of reverse portal blocks, so that's fine. But yeah, it's pretty much just a flat sort of overworld-like, super flat, I think, kind of. But obviously most of it's just going to be completely flat, so you can easily build. And otherwise you've got a bit of like cave systems in here, which we'll just take a look at underneath and see what happens. But it is just sort of like a standard overworld cave system underneath, with also lava and such, so it's its own dimension. But yeah. Can I go survival and float down? No, I'm still going to take damage. Okay, so it's only upon entry will that work. So we place you down here. We can't go deeper like dimensional doors where you just go, okay, I've got a wooden or an iron, or I think gold and certain others exist. Again, it's been a while since I've used the mod. So you can't go deeper and then eventually get to limbo and this and the other. It's only just the one pocket dimension you've got here. So we place this down, which I think it always places it in the block. Yes, it does. Then we can right click and we'll exit the dimension. For some reason Oshima just has a focus on where your bed is, which is why I'm back here at my world spawn. So we'll actually get a bed, and we'll actually like sleep over here or something. It's too far away, so we'll sleep. And we'll see if it just pushes you to the world spawn regardless, because I don't actually know and I haven't tested that yet. So we'll right click, we've got one of these, right click, and okay, so it's just back to where okay, if I break you, for example, take you with me, we'll go right over here, because it didn't take me back to my old portal one when I exited, it only took me back to my world spawn, which is why I'm questioning it. So if we go here, and right click, and we do this, and do this, you see it takes you back to world spawn. Okay, weird. Or I guess that one's prior, but before obviously I never placed one there. It's only when obviously you saw me sort of start recording, so yeah, I don't know what the case is with that then. Why it focuses on world spawn so much, unless you really need to change it accordingly for it to work, but that should be fine. So yeah, we'll just go through the nether portal here, and we'll try a pocket dimension here and see what happens. It won't work. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure. And right-clicking this doesn't do anything either. So yeah, so it won't work in other dimensions that I assume are modded or even vanilla. So you've just got to use it in the overworld. You have access to another dimension to build, break, or do whatever you want in it, and you're good to go. Other than that, that seems to be it. Again, there's no like, you craft it, or sorry, make it in that the sort of technical way of going like I use configs to do this, this, and this of I want it to be overworld super flat, or I want this, that, and the other structures, or this, that, and the other. It's not like completely creating your own from that kind of level, but it is obviously just if you want a pocket dimension to then build in, you've got that as an option, and then it's just about as, you know, as sort of simple as you want it to be to then expand upon in your own way. But yeah. I guess the only thing to really test would be if we can use a bed inside the dimension. That's one thing I have not tested yet. And see if it actually explodes. That's not what I wanted. Let's see. Portal. Reverse. Pocket. Or portal, I mean. Now if we right click with a bed, we cannot. And it also takes up the space of the nothing blocks, which is interesting. So we can we do that, or can we do times set night, for example, for this dimension, which shouldn't even have a day and night cycle? We cannot, so we can't have beds explode. Okay, good to know. You can obviously have other blocks used if you want. Nothing blocks themselves, I don't know if they can be broken. Can they? I wonder. We'll just jump tiers, for example. I don't think they're supposed to be breakable. You can just like place on top of them, obviously. So yeah, or you're mostly just gonna use this in creative, probably. I don't know. Or maybe have it where it's just like you place a bunch of blocks in other blocks and it'll move it for you. But the reverse one's not going to move at all, is it? So if we go portal here, can we break the existing one? You can break that, you can't pick it back up. Okay. Interesting. Okay, good to know. That's about all I can think of. Thanks so much for watching, and goodbye.